go dancing. Let's go dancing. Let's go dancing. Let's go dancing.
Okay, we're gonna start in a one, two, three, but they're gonna fix it anyway. I just want to make sure it's working. お疲れさんでございま
お疲れ
す。
様です。
はい、元マガキベの若の方です。よろしくお願いします。And
元高砂部の小錦です。
はい、よろしく。
Yes, sir.
We're gonna start this in English, guys, because this is for us such an important day. And honestly, I was waiting this day like all my life after I got, retired from Japan. And today it's a Konishiki Ozeki, former sumo wrestler from Japan and current Oyakata and the runner of the Sumo and Sushi USA Tour 2025, and I will be one of the wrestler. Honestly, guys, this is very unique video today we shooting, and I would ask the questions, guys, you make in the comments wherever you ask me, guys. I make the from those questions I take the top 20 questions, and today I will try to ask the one of the icon of the Japanese sumo wrestling and the person who was winner of the three Empire Cup. So it's a Konishiki Zeki. So he's a one of my senpai, one of my older Rikishi, and I respect him since I was there before I was there. And today we're gonna ask some questions.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, how and when gonna start this beautiful show, and what is your vision on this show? What are you chasing to in United States to show the people?
This show, the Sumo and Sushi 2025, originally started, for me, it started in 2019, right for pandemic. And as you all know, we are ex-professional sumo. And the one thing that people don't realize, there's a lot of sumo going around in the world, but there's only one sumo professional league in the world, which is where we came from, JSN, the Japan Sumo Association. So there's only one league. And my goal when I started this, I've been approached many, many times by different people to try to do sumo events in Japan. I mean, here in the U.S. I never done until I met when I was very, I agreed how to do things and by find the right people to work with to do sumo and sushi. So actually, my goal is to actually bring sumo and make people understand basically how sumo wrestlers uh, build their bodies, how they build strong bodies, how to get flexible, their lifestyles, and so Sumo Sushi explains all that during the tour. And this tour is actually to make people see once you watch the whole sumo and sushi event, you're gonna figure out, oh, this is it's more like trying to represent. Of course, it's representing Japan, But through the show, you will see Japan through what we do as sumo wrestlers. We say moto sumo. Ex sumo wrestlers will put this whole show together. So this show is very unique too. It's all the shows I've done so far. We've done over 79 shows in the USA. We've entertained over 6,000 people. And just on this tour alone, we start here in Chicago. We go to Atlanta, Georgia. We go to Phoenix after that. We go to LA. Then we finish in San Francisco. So it's about 7 to 8 weeks of just straight sumo tour. So I'm very glad this time you guys have your MC, your guest here, who's a part of the show. So it's him plus 700 ex professional sumo tories who are part of this tour that starts in Chicago. So my goal is to educate people and entertain them about what sumo is all about. So that's my goal with sumo and sushi.
I got it. I got it. But how this idea came to bring the sumo from Japan to United States and whole the world? Because this is idea just came true in 2019 before pandemic, and it went very successful. Almost every show was sold out. So, what do you think? How this, how you came with this such a great idea to show the people Japan?
Well, the idea was already there. They already started doing some shows, and I've done a lot of these shows in the U.S. for Japanese, not only Japanese companies, but American corporates in Japan.
Mhm.
So I've done it already before. But like I said, I've
You
been
did
approached.
locally more.
Yeah, mostly in Japan, and I've traveled many other places to do what I do.
Hmm.
And the thing is, I've been approached by, like I said, by other people who that has done sumo events here in the U.S. But I didn't see the right interest, the right way, because they wanted me just because I was Konishiki. But for me, there's no way I was going to let anybody do anything about sumo that I wasn't involved. So everything about this show, everything you see is authentic about sumo, and I'm very passionate to make sumo the right way. Everybody got stereotyped. They see them all over the U.S. and now, which is I love it. I'm very happy that there's a lot of people interested in sumo because that's the main thing. But other than that, my job is to take sumo out. This idea has always been there. It's just that I didn't find the right people to work with, and now I have a great partner that we work together. We put this show together for past years now.
Honestly, it's for me also gonna be first time because I'm a former sumo wrestler from Japan, and I gonna join in this kind of show. For me, it's like also really emotional moment back again in the professional, like people, professional league with professional people, and now here in United States. For me, it's of course big opportunity. Thank you so much for that, and I definitely will do my best to improve everything you trust me, so to make it this show one of the greatest in the
Mm.
world, because I am also interested on this show, and to continue and make it very famous. So I gonna have couple more questions. They are connected with the show. So in your show, it's gonna be just like in Japan. People gonna have one international sumo wrestler, or you on the future planning bring the people from Europe, Moscow, for example, Hawaii, or anywhere Brazil in the world, because a lot of followers asking me, texting me, how can be this possible to be part of this kind of game? What kind of classes they have to finish, or where
Mm.
they have to finish, or where what level they has to be minimum to start? For example, in the sumo has a minimum level. You need to be like 200 pound at least, and have a like a 5'7" high. So otherwise, if you lower than that, you're not going to be able. And too many international wrestlers cannot to do this, like we know, because it's a closed
Mm.
sport. It's only for Japanese people. And one of the first one sumo wrestler who was in all entire history after Takamiyama Zeki, it was you. You are the first Ozeki. So you're gonna run your company in the same way, hiring only one international rikishi, or you planning to add more people from Ukraine or Russia or Uzbekistan,
Mm.
or because right now it's the time. This is sumo getting more and more popular, like a judo before. It's getting to Olympic level,
Mm.
and like we know, Yokozuna Hakuho traveling around the world right now and trying to find more sponsors to get this sport Olympic.
Mm.
So what do you think, how
They
this?
want to be part of the show, right?
Yes, how
There's
the
no
people?
way. There's no way they can be part of the show. There's a lot of. It's not as easy as people think because it's just not sumo. Like I said, when people watch my show, I want them to see Japan. So meaning you have to do every little details about what sumo is all about. You're not. You're not. You're not choose because you're international sumo tori. You pick because you're a real professional sumo tori.
ありがとうございま
So
す。
that's different. People think they can do the show, and I've been in DM too. It's not easy. They have to. That's why someday, because you're the only legit professional sumo in US, we can build the talent and make them understand and the exercise that we go through. Then I would, because I cannot do anything. I cannot do anything half-ass because I'm a real sumo tori. You're a real sumo tori.
Yes.
And everything I see, it's okay. They can do whatever style they want, but I cannot put things up that not legit, authentic sumo.
So
So
money doesn't matter for you.
it never was money. I don't
Money.
care about that.
Uh-huh.
I don't even care about this show. I care about what I bring. If the thing is not real, I don't want to do it. So people think everybody they can do it.
Because
It's no way they can do the show. I'll be honest with you. I ain't gonna do something that I don't wanna say. I don't want to lie to my audience.
so the
So
people.
if I do that, I'm lying to my audience because they're seeing something that you try to create. But we work with the real professional sumo wrestlers.
I got it.
And as a I don't have to coach them because they already know what they have to know.
They came from the real world.
Well, that's what I might say. I don't have to
Yeah.
coach.
Yes.
The people who think they can come internationally is two different things. If it was a tournament, maybe we go because it doesn't matter. Good, bad, you can see right away.
Guys, I answer your question, and now you know. So this was one of your question here, and we are pretty much answered. As don't bother, please. And
No,
because
it's really hard because people think it's not just a show where you come and hit people. And this show is a long show. It's hour 40 minutes around, and you have to be in top condition. Before I bring the show, we had 5 long practice sessions. So these guys are very in condition to do so. It's not one match, 2 match. So and even you preparing for this show, it's not easy because you're actually doing the sumo, the real sumo exercise. If you look at all the exercises, if you don't do the shiko and all the matawari and shingaku, suriyashi, if you don't do it right, you cannot be part of this.
yes,
It's like
you must
everybody
spend
coach.
time in Japan.
Not only in Japan, they need a real coach. They come from Japan to teach because it's going to take a long process.
Okay. Another important questions. Everybody knows you came from Hawaii and United States, but like I have my route to coming in America. For example, it was Rojo Hakurozan. Those wrestlers was one of the who motivate me to get to Japan, and for me it was already everything prepared and ready. But in your case, everything didn't was ready. Who was the person before? I know the Jesse Honolulu from before him. Who was the person who contact you and pick you from all other guys? Because it was,
Was Jesse, was Takamiyama.
but he was like directly find you, or because
His friend was a very famous person who come to Japan who used to fight Miki Dozan, who's a very number one famous pro wrestler. He was ex Sekiwake Sumo. He made Japan's wrestling, professional wrestling, what it is today. Very famous Nikki Dozan. So he was that era. So that old man knows Japan. He was talking to me.
1982, right? This
Not 82.
in,
82.
1980, 82.
No, 1982 is when I joined. So 44 years ago.
Oh, before that. Oh my God.
So way before that, 10 years before that. So that's when I met Jesse for the first time, and he explained to me sumo is not easy.
I remember his voice
Yeah.
was very like, oh, yes, I know.
But he told me sumo is not easy. Majority of anybody Japanese or foreigner, less than 10% make it in sumo. Not everybody can make it, and he said the lifestyle is very hard. So he was very honest with me when he said when he explained to me what kind of life to expect in the sumo world when I came. So he was the one that actually helped me get sumo, and he was my sumo senpai. Who was the same sumo belt, Takasago belt.
Yes.
So I had somebody to talk to, and to somebody to help lead me through my beginning of my career, which is like 1982 and two.
There was nothing, no phone, no phones, nothing.
No phones, everything.
People don't realize.
Gotta write letters to say hi to my parents, say hi to my friends.
Oh my God.
Letters.
Yes. But how do you feel to come to Japan with like a T-shirt on your shoulder and come back with the like world famous legendary icon? How do you feel this when you came back to Hawaii? Because I remember my first day when I got back to Russia from Japan. It was very like I just always looking on my time and looking on your time and trying to find what was same and what was comparison. It was different because
what's big difference because then there's no internet. People didn't know. So
I can call my mom and mom send me by the Zelle like 200.
So then it's so different because even people in Hawaii wasn't watching sumo that much because it was Japanese channel. If you Nisei or Sansei, if you're Japanese, then you watch Japanese channel. My parents never watched sumo because we didn't have Japanese channel in Hawaii. So they only know sumo because I call and stuff. And then my Japanese friend's mom would call. So I didn't really I went home first time when it got big is because I made it Ozeki. That's when it started because the news.
1987.
Yeah, so news and newspaper started writing about that. But other than that, I didn't really.
But it was possible to make a phone call from somewhere, or it was like
I called my parents only before and after tournaments.
Before and after tournaments, so like
I didn't have a phone. I had to go to
every 2 months.
Ramen shop.
Ramen shop, and every 2 months.
Every month I call.
Once, wow, it was like
I don't because it was expensive too.
Yes, I remember those cards, to buy them.
But before that,
before
that,
that,
card was Juan.
Yeah,
it was the 10 yen.
Oh my
and
God!
You have to hold back. Because you came with they don't have it. It was the pink phones. It's only Juan. So fast.
Unbelievable.
I only speak 5 minutes. It cost me $100 something just to call home.
I see right now the wrestlers living in a totally different world because some sumo stables they have YouTube channels and a lot of followers.
Everybody's changed. Everything changes.
Watch them, and I mean
the whole world has changed. So it has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah, it's just it is what it is because you can't do nothing.
What do you like from world before and what just was changed so far right now in the new world, like an old school and new school?
The biggest difference is the speed of information. Information of speed, and there's all kind of information. So if there's news, true or not true, it's news. So you have to be very careful because you can see news every day in your palm of your hand. You turn your phone on. If you believe everything, then you get lost because you never know if that's fake news or real news.
Yes.
So at my time, I never worry. If I don't look at newspaper, if I don't watch TV for news, I don't get news. But now you have your news in the palm of your hand. So that's the thing you have to really be prepared as a person to make your own decisions, and you see what you think it's right or wrong. That's the
Mm.
biggest difference. Just a matter of speed of how you get the news in.
But respect, it stays same right now and as before. For example, in the schools, from what you see, or you catch the three different eras of the sumo, because the eras of my coach, for example, wrestlers back then who was the yokozunas, they was wrestler with you, like my coach was wrestler with the Takanosato
Mm,
yokozuna,
mm,
and they was like friends. And
mm.
Ichimon Kisenasato was one of my Ichimon member, and you was the wrestler who see that time, which is was like a in my coach time, and after your time was when it was greatest Yokozuna Chiono Fuji, and you somehow from coming from Hawaii, don't know this sport, and didn't know anything, and you didn't do any mistake in your life. So for it, this is incredible career to not make even one mistake coming from other country. For example, what I was worried about, I didn't save myself much, because I did so many mistakes, and I can't face anymore, show my face in the Japan. But you see the three different eras of the sumo. What do you think? Which era was the hardest one?
Of course, the old era.
Old
Uh,
era.
everything is very traditional,
But right now
and
you said there's a more more cell phone,
well,
more
because like I said, you get
informational problems. You don't have other problems, but you have a new
not only
problem.
that, you get in trouble the way you used to train in sumo. You can get hit with no problem, but now you can't touch the kids. You can hit them with bamboo. You cannot use bad words when you coach. So big difference, very different.
Yes, I.
And so it's traditional. It's different. So
So right now, there's no way somebody gonna break the beer
you
bottle
gonna
on
get
your
you gonna get
hand.
sued. You can get sued, and you can go call. You can kick out easy. But that's not tarimai. That's everything is like that. All the sports is like that. So
Okay.
so you gotta remember. It's hard to compare. We live in a different time. Of course, it's going to be harder. We never have any phones. We never have any YouTube. Big difference. It wasn't easy to call my parents. It wasn't easy to call my friends. My friends had a hard time to visit Japan. So now everybody
Hmm.
just jump on the plane, easy to call. Which is okay because we live in a different time. It's 2025 now.
Hmm.
We were talking 1982.
Yes. What is was different between those two stadiums, Kokogikan and the stadium was before? What is was
Ours started in Kuramaya. So
Kurama?
Kuramaya, the difference is was really well again. It was, but I like the old stadium because you felt like people was just standing right in the back of you the way it was built,
Uh
old
huh.
school style. If you look at
Everything
the
go
Roman
up.
the Roman movies, you see everybody in the stands are like standing up, and you feel that way. And then
Gladiators.
the gladiators, if you look,
Uh huh.
it had that kind of feeling. And the other thing
Hmm.
is you can smell. They used to cook all the yakitori outside of
Uh
the
huh.
arena, outside in the backside. So the whole street, the whole place would smell like I don't know,
I remember
yakitori.
they have a machine there. It was running and cooking. Like a big machine, was like a huge machine, and it's,
Was outside the whole place.
hmm.
So now the new place, you cannot smell it. But the old place, the whole street, you walk down the street, you're walking down like a mile, you can smell
And they make bento right there in a
everything. Well, they do the same with the old
uh-huh.
place, but it's all indoors, all new machines. So, and that's where I started sumo school too, which is very cold. It was no more warm floors. It's hot,
Uh-huh.
so it was very old. But I love the place called Kunamai.
Uh-huh.
The old change. It was very comfortable. You get parking on the bottom. The
Uh-huh.
bathrooms, the shower rooms, like clean, are brand new, and it's big.
And one more question from the followers. What is your favorite city was from the all three places, because sumo wrestlers going to the Nagoya, going to the Kyushu, and going to the Osaka, and a lot of your wins was in the Nagoya. A lot of changes was in the Nagoya. You jump from you started in
Yeah, Nagoya,
Nagoya
yeah.
1982, and after you went to the
So
Maknochi in the
Maknochi, yeah,
1982,
the
and then you got
Ozeki,
the Ozeki in the Nagoya.
yeah.
But for you, like you mentioned before, it was hot and you didn't like at all the Nagoya, and but
I was just lucky to when we before Nagoya, which May tournament was a good tournament. It was nice and cool. So when we went to Nagoya, it was a hard tournament. Just happened.
but
That's why I started being Makunuchi and Ozaki at those. But my favorite place to do sumo was Fukuoka because it's
cool.
perfect weather, perfect. Was close to the ocean. My stable,
Uh-huh.
it's just walking distance ocean. Reminded of Hawaii, and then it's more laid back. The city and where my sumo stable was easy access to go and to come. So that's why I like Fukuoka was my favorite. Even like now, I used to really like Fukuoka.
I got it. So Fukuoka is gonna be your favorite your
And
favorite
Fukuoka is,
stadium.
yeah, I think Fukuoka was best memories. Easy environment to get ready for tournaments.
Okay, let's just move to another question. So when in July 1987 you got to the Ozeki rank, you got injured with the stool. You fell from the stool. How and you injured your knee.
My back was, I think, was that.
Back
No,
and
it was the stable because Takasago Bears
uh-huh.
old stable, and they had that in everybody used Takamiyama, Fujisakura, Asashio. Everybody
Beer
used just
beer
no, it's a wooden. It
uh-huh.
was a wooden thing, so that's when you just break, and then I hurt my back. So, but
Wow.
I didn't hurt that time. I get up easy.
Uh-huh.
I didn't feel nothing until when I sleep. I get up. Oh, something
Mm.
wrong my back. My
Oh
back
my
sore.
god.
So that's what happened. So
So the
it's early in my career too.
and
I always make Ozeki. I always make Ozeki even faster.
yes, and after you show Magikoshi,
I
the
think so. I
five
asked
nine,
me. I asked.
5'9",
Yeah, that's my first Makekoshi. I think.
yes,
No, it's 6'9".
6'9",
Yeah,
yes.
because
No,
Tarenai.
yes. I was thinking because I it's maybe just
Yeah, that's my first Maki.
Kyujo
That's my
was
first Makekoshi sumo.
so in my head and the fans' head, they cannot understand how the person who didn't have any Yusho, any title of the Empire Cup, and you have a three wins back then. And I know when you got to the 1991, was your opening time and your time when you start making Yushos, and you actually did that level of the Yokozuna, and
Mm.
Yokozuna who was Futuhaguro, he was without any title or any Empire Cup, and how this was emotionally feel back then for you. So to realize that it's not fair, and and to me it's not fair also because you did all the points of the Yokozuna, what
Mm.
it's supposed to do. Do you have any?
No, to me it doesn't really bother me because in sumo nothing bothers me. The media, what because I have no power to do anything anyway.
Mhm.
I have no say. No matter what I feel, it wastes my time because I can't do nothing to stop it anyway. The sumo kyokai has the power to do whatever they want. I cannot go. You cannot do that. I cannot say nothing.
Mhm.
So even my whole life, I live like that. I don't give a damn about anything because if it doesn't bother my life, it doesn't bother me because I can't do nothing about it. It's just something that's out there. If I go in Monku, if I'm going to say something, what that going to do is ain't going to do anything for me. It's just going to make my name even even what it's just going to put dirt on my name because
Yes.
I'm trying to change something that I have no power to change. See, my responsibility, my job is not to say who's going to be Ozeki Yokozuna. It's their job. My job is to win as much as I can. So if I win and think about that too much, it takes away from me. takes
Hmm.
away from my passion and my heart because I have to focus on sumo anyway. If I focus on that, then I lose. And what's that going to do? Take away from the most important thing in my life is to work hard and to win. So that never really bothered me. Even till this day, people talk about it, they bring it up in interviews, but what can I do? There's nothing I can do about it.
But another question is, how do you feel when you was winning in the 1989 Chiyono Fuji and Kanagawa and Zeki, and how this was like for you back then? It was like top of your dreams, or you was thinking you gonna like not ever gonna lose them again, or
My style of thinking, my whole thing from the very beginning of my career, I never would see myself losing. I was positive for everything, even every match. Even though I lose, I had 100% confidence. I had very positive. It didn't matter to me. So beating Chono Fuji and the top, I was so happy because I was very fortunate, very lucky to even train. Chono Fuji was more like my training partner all my young days. So that is I'm actually learning from the. I'm actually fighting with the best of the best every day before Basho. Me, him, Hokuto Omi. Sometimes we have Ono Kuni come. Sometimes we have Asahi Fuji come. Sometimes we have Tenyu come. So we have all the best. I training with the best, and I'm a young boy. I don't know sumo, but I stay with the best people, and I watch. I see the different techniques, the way they're so confident. The way they all focus. Those days, no matter what people say, it didn't matter because that's how come the good I had a good environment, very strong, good senpai. Takamiyama, Fujisakura, Asashio was my senpais, so they really encouraged me. And my Oyakata was the best because he very very focused on making me the best sumotori I can be. That's
wow.
why.
But how you guys, for example, I remember my time how it was because we have also group of people from Europe, like a Kokai,
Mm.
like a Kotooshu,
Mm.
Hakurozan Rojo, all this Baruto. But you guys have your own group. How before? I know you told me you was controlling every each of them and you was make sure everything's safe and good. And but before you came, who was like a you know stay in the top of the kingdom to
Oh,
give
for
you
me
the
was
advices and rules? Because to burn in a sumo so quick and you're gonna be your life gonna be done.
well, my boss, my Oyakata was one.
Uh-huh.
Takamiyama was somebody who helped me because
He
of the
was telling
language.
you directly,
Everybody directly,
like
everything.
don't do this, don't
Oh
do
yeah, of
this, don't
course.
do this, don't do
Those
this.
days, don't do this, don't do this before you do it. It's very strict because everybody's in the sumo biz different from your time. Every time on time. I said you have a guy on this, a senior guy sitting in a room. You cannot sit down. You have to stand up. You got to. All the rules is more strict, and
Yes, I
so
remember.
so. But compared to your time, it's nothing compared. But that's become so different. I saw that already. I knew that. I knew that was a hard. So my senpai tachi, they were strict. So of course you gotta follow the rules, and then you have to come here to help translate some of the stuff because I didn't speak English. I mean, I didn't speak Japanese.
How
And
long
then
it
and
take
then
you?
Oyakata Shisho always check
Uh-huh.
Okami-san. They check and Anideshi senpai, all my seniority, all the
Uh-huh.
guys in the house seniority. They always super super strict guys. A lot of them were like always watching, always checking, always yelling, always telling you what to do. So um, I had to learn fast because that's the environment you had every day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no such thing. Everybody who's senpai or senior over you, everybody's always checking. They're always watching every little thing. So everybody in the sumo those days, the sumo bear was super strict. That's why.
Wow. I wish in my time was like that also.
Mm.
But what was most impressing you in Japan when you came, when the first day you get out from Narita? What is like? for me, for example, like I came, they already have a FaceTime back then in
Oh,
2004, and I remember I said I can't believe it. It's like a other planet. I call my mom. I said, Mom, look, they talking on the phone. They can see each other, and she don't believe me. And
hmm.
this is what's most impressive like thing I see.
Well, for me, I'm from Hawaii, so I'm from a little island that the city we know not used to do. Tokyo's a real big city. You got to remember, Tokyo is one of the biggest cities, 23 million people live in just Tokyo alone. So that was the number one thing that was kind of wow. This is nothing like Hawaii. So and then
Concrete jungles.
concrete jungle and the speed is different. The life itself is different. And then my second day in Japan, I was already in a bullet train to go to Nagoya, and so a lot of stuff you see, a
So
lot
you
of
you
different.
you don't wait it until you're gonna start it to the tournament. For example, it take me 6 months to do my
No,
Zumo.
I
Yeah.
came for I came for sumo purposely.
Uh huh.
I knew exactly, so I came. The following day, I went to Nagoya, Hapyo. I did a press release, then I did the sumo. Then I get the train to
It
go
didn't
to
was
Nagoya.
back then. You can
No, everybody those days, everybody
many
came to train right away.
many is possible was the wrestlers international can go right. There was only one for
No, those days,
for stable.
no, there's more.
More?
Yeah, you can as much as you like, three or four or
Wow.
five. Because my step we had three, me plus two more, and then
Unbelievable.
after that when they went, there's three more came, so we had four in my state from Hawaii.
Wow. One more question about Yokozuna Sahifuji. I know it was so close, 14, and
41,
one.
41. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it was so close, and
Oh, it was sad
and it was
tournament for me.
Ketesen, and
I
again,
lost the
and
last.
and lost again. And what do you, what is going on in your head, like
I remember just
so sad.
I wasn't nervous. And maybe that's what's the problem because you have to have some kind of nervousness to. I was focused, but my brain was just done. Now I think maybe overconfidence is one thing, and then I guess I saw he was just more calm and saw what he could do. He's more focused on how he can counter my sumo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It
so
was his last U show he did in the
yeah, yeah,
entire in his career.
yeah. So it was hard for me because that's the first time I went 14-0, and I lost two times on the last day. So it was a sad moment for me. I remember, I think I never eat anything for one whole week.
Oh my
I
God.
just stayed
Oh my
away. I never
God.
want to talk to anybody.
Wow.
I just stayed home and stayed in my room. I locked the door and
Which one the saddest was fight? That one or when you went with Takanahana Yokozuna and Yokozuna Kibono, rest in peace to him. Which one was sadder?
which oh
The
that so was very sad.
14-1.
Well, I was younger. That's why
Uh-huh.
you got to remember I was younger and I Wakataka. They came. Everybody was getting
12,
better.
12-3 you got.
Everybody was getting better. Everybody was young. That's why. So different generation, different decade.
In March in the 1992 in Osaka, you did come back. Like you win again, but the sumo kyokai, for example, said as a hinkai. Hinkai is like need to improve more again and again, and it was something which was breaking you inside, and you doesn't want to anymore win, or time has changed, or stronger people came. What is was exactly back then is you think if you're gonna win that day and didn't lose, for example, and after that basho you're gonna be Yokozuna,
I have no idea.
or it was impossible then
No,
to
like I said, it's not my job.
it's not your
My
job.
job is just to do sumo. Because if you look at it's up to them. The record is what it is. Just like sumo. By the time I think it was Yusho, and then Junanban the Yusho, and so it's not my
Mhm.
job to. I never thought it never really break me at all. I didn't really think about that.
So for example, I wrestler in my career with the five different yokozunas, which was like Asashoryu, Hakuho, Haruma Fuji, Kisena Sato, and the last one was Haruma Fuji. One more was there, not
Who
Tirano,
was it?
Kakuryu.
Mm.
So this is five people who I wrestler with. In your time, I remember who was the strongest one and who was the weakest one. How about you? In your time, who was the strongest yokozuna to you, and who was the you know the
Shono Fuji was.
and the weakest one?
We didn't have any weak yokozunas. They
Uh-huh.
were all good. Even Futahaguro, even though he didn't have any Yusha, but he was very, very strong. Good
Uh-huh.
technique. Onokuni was strong.
And who
Hokuto
was
fast.
easiest for you?
It's easier for me to wrestle like Onokuni and Futahaguro because they're taller.
Uh-huh.
Easy.
So the taller guys for you was always easier.
Easier for me because it's power against power.
Uh-huh.
No technique. So somebody like Wakanahana, even Takanahana, was big, but he has good technique.
Mm-hmm.
Very good technique. Then you have Onokuni, which is big.
So you're gonna
power.
put number one Chiona Fuji definitely.
Chonobu is for every decade, even right now.
Uh-huh. He gonna be number
Number
one.
one over everybody.
Wow. Wow.
I think so.
Even Hakuho?
Way better than Hakuho.
Wow.
No comparison.
Wow.
Well, you should look at how many people Chono Fuji wrestle. Look at all the guys he wrestled. Chitanaomi, Hokutenyo, Wakashimazu, Sakao Hoko, Kotogaze, Futahaguro,
Wow.
Konishiki.
Wow.
You look at the names. Look at how the competition was. Nobody in Makunuchi do Yusho. If you compare it, so for me, big difference. The competition is way different. You know.
Mm-hmm. So you made it to the 62 years old, and you never got tired of the whatever you're doing, or you think you're gonna do this for
Not forever. I just doing it because I can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't feel like you want to just go Hawaii and watch on the ocean.
No,
and
maybe
not,
that day will come, but right now,
a
I
lot
like I like what I do. I enjoy what I do. I don't do anything I don't want to do. I don't do it because I have to. It's because I want to. You know.
Moscow. We talked about Moscow a couple of days ago. What do you think? It's ever gonna be possible? You gonna visit there with your show and with your program, and the people gonna see it, because a lot of fans also on that side of the world in Europe who loves you. And I see this with all my eyes because I was spending last like 5-6 days with you, and people everywhere we go, they just wanna at least take a one picture with you. I'm not talking about conversation already or be in your company. But what do you think in Russia? When is going to be that time when it's going to be possible to to open for the Russia, the Japanese sumo?
I would love to go to Moscow and Russia to do sumo because of the backgrounds. The many guys that come from Europe, you including you, and some other boys that came from Russia to do sumo. Then you have guys that came from Hungary. You have guys that came from Ukraine. And, so a lot of you guys are European. I think it's a good thing to see if we can take this show and not only entertain but educate. I think any near future, even maybe next year, we find the right people to work with in Russia or Russia, Soviet. I mean, what you call
no more
Moscow.
Soviet.
I know, no more Soviet.
Russia Federation.
And just Moscow. If we can find a way, I'll be more than happy to try to put something together. And then there's you, because you're actually from there. You speak the language, so I think it's very exciting. We can do something in Russia.
Yes, I will do my best to make this happen, and I know Hakurozan also interested to do this. So, a couple more last questions.
You use the word Last question. Last question.
So
You
like
cannot use last question because you use it 5 times already.
okay, I'm sorry. I just feel so nervous,
Mm.
and same time I'm so happy. I don't know what to do. It's like when those dogs start running around the around the house. I feel like that. But who was stronger, Akebono or the the Musashimaru? This is
Power
the two
wise and
persons.
technique wise, I think Musashi Maru has power, superpower,
Superpower.
very strong. Like boo,
Uh huh.
great power, great technique. Akebono was very good because he knew how to use his length
Uh huh.
because he was tall. He has great technique. Well, you look how many usual
Yes,
Musashi
12.
Maru had more usual, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And his sumo was way better than me and Akebono because our sumo would get us hurt.
Uh-huh. Because it's
Musashi
no
Maru
it
never get
was no
hurt.
start. It was no start in your time. It just was go.
No. They're same.
Uh-huh.
You same. I same that time.
Uh-huh.
That was way before you guys came. The
Well,
start. It was that's
when
way before
when
Akebono.
this was changed, when they
After
start
my third year.
after your third year,
Yeah.
so in 1985 when
Yeah,
you
no, well,
started the new
1985, that
new
was
stadium,
start.
from new.
New stadium start changing.
Wow.
So, well,
Was the purpose back then?
I have no idea. They changed it. It looked like Akshay Sumo. So,
Uh-huh.
but
Uh-huh.
if you look at the old video, nobody touched. But I think
Mhm.
that's the big difference. I think Musashi Maru really knew how to use it. His body was big, strong, and very flexible. So
Wow.
he didn't have any knee injuries, ankle injuries. But
Wow.
I had knee injuries. Akebono had knee injuries, but he was good spotty.
Yes.
You know.
But you was the heaviest wrestler until 2017 year when Aurora go
Yeah,
over. You what do you feel then when Aurora take your spot for like?
I'm happy somebody won the trophy for being the heaviest. Every time when as I get older in the sport, they don't even talk about my sumo. They always talk about me being heavy, but it was a distraction to me. I didn't want because that's all they talk about. They all every time I do an interview, oh, they got this there, they tell you big there. Oh really?
Uh
Yeah, I
huh.
didn't know that. So I answer with stupid answer. I go, really?
Uh
I'm
huh.
that big? Wow, I didn't know.
Yes.
So that's the same thing must call me media. Oh, that
I,
same thing.
I was watching your conversation in an interview when you was Yokozuna Musashimaru and Yokozuna Akebono
Oh, the three of
together.
us, yeah.
Yes, you have so always like so many jokes
Mm.
between, and I start remembering my time, and I was looking on you and just thinking like for sure who wrestlers coming from other countries they always feel like a little bit lonely first in
Yeah,
Japan because there's no mother, no parents, no
yeah.
family. It's just a few of you there, and uh,
Mm.
like what is the best memories you have to spend all this time together in the sumo? Was your best memory for three of you, like because you are like together
We
wrestler.
used to when Musashi Maru and Akebono and other sumo tori from Hawaii came, we don't hang out with each other before the tournament, during the tournament, but we try to get Shenshiraku. We all try to go. I try to get everybody together. We go sing club, we drink, we party. But
Uh-huh.
only maybe Shenshiraku we see each other, but most of the time we don't see each other.
So before it didn't was that good for the Rikishi to be
But
to be
before
together.
we don't we
You need
the
to get
sumo baby
PA.
sumo baby. No, the sumo bears didn't really allow that.
Mhm.
Your sumo bears they tell you not to go other sumo bear. You're supposed to not go any sumo bear. In fact,
Even the Geiko?
only they can go. But other than that, you're talking about asobi, right? You're
Yes.
supposed to not. Period.
Uh-huh.
You're supposed to not go. If you go to somebody's stable, you gotta go ISIS oyakata. Always ISIS oyakata. すいません. So I'll keep to it. I came to hang
Wow.
out.
That's why in my time, this is was already going, going away, 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 away. Because I remember I was allowed to go to Ozeki here, or Kisebe, where it was Gagamaru, or where it was
Yeah, they
Barto,
was letting you guys go, but our
and
time never, never.
wow,
I never went to anybody's state.
wow, unbelievable. Question: what is for future generation most important message you can leave for professional sumo wrestlers who entering in the sumo, for Gaikokujin Rikishi who going there, because you was one of the first ones who came there, who make successful, who make Ozeki, and you was the role model all the Rikishi, and that's why you have a so perfect record. What you can recommend before they trying to go in the sumo, like for example has a guy Nicholas,
Mm,
he just came to sumo, and he asking me some advices, like was a shishi before he entering,
mm,
he asked
mm,
me some
mm,
advices because they speak my language.
mm.
And what is your vision from those three eras you left, what best advice you can leave for the future generation?
Well, the thing is, you guys got to understand, you're going to Japan, and you shouldn't even speak your language in Japan. You're supposed to just speak Japanese, learn Japanese culture, everything Japanese. Because every time that's the big mistake. Everybody think once you get sumo, you get top in sumo, you forget you belong to sumo, the culture. But sumo is not a sport. And that's why I would tell everybody when you come to Japan, you got to understand there's nothing Russian, there's nothing American, there's nothing Italian, there's nothing Spanish about sumo. It's all Japanese. So you have to accept. Once you accept you want to be a sumo tori, you got to accept the sumo life. Period. So every time you question, that's like all the foreigners that got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They all got in trouble because you guys never respect the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You took advantage of that opportunity. And by
Mm-hmm.
the time you found out, it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
But I understood that. I never want to waste my time, waste all the hard work, because it's hard work to be sumo tori. And then to be, to make top rank is hard work. So I didn't want to waste, because I understood if I ever do something bad and get caught, I'm going to get kubi. I'm going to get kicked out.
Wow.
So the thing is, I didn't want to risk that. Number one, I didn't want to disrespect sumo. Number two, I didn't want to embarrass my family and then make my family shame.
Wow.
So that two things, that's personal. But for somebody, if you're a foreigner, if you're going to Japan, you're going to have to commit 100% your whole life to sumo. That's why I see sumo. Probably I see sumo different from everybody, because that's my whole passion. 100% die for sumo type.
Wow.
That's the real samurai. If you just come, you want to
Wow.
get famous, make money. Oh, I used to be sumo, and
It's not a
that's not
sumo.
me. That's not me. But that's how come people get in trouble, because you guys try to don't question sumo, because it is what it is. You cannot question why this, why that, why this, why that. My father, just like my father would tell me, just shut up and work.
Wow.
Just do your job.
Wow.
So that's the biggest advice, you know. And hurry up
Just
and learn the
shut up
language.
and work.
And just hurry up and learn the language so you can communicate. Once you communicate, you have to try to be the best in everything in the sumo. Not only sumo, but cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
being on time, making sure you the leggy, how you bow, how
Mm-hmm.
you respect, how you say good morning, good afternoon, I said, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff is very important in sumo. So
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I remember great about is not about how strong or how good my sumo was. And the thing I remember the most when Okami-san, the mother of our sumo bear, she tell me, "You're the first, you're the first young boy that you get on your knees in the bathroom and you clean the toilet really clean." And I was so happy, because that's
Wow.
the most important thing in sumo. You gotta learn how to clean, you gotta cook, you gotta cater. You gotta be apprentice. You gotta take care of your senpais and oyakata and sekitori. So that's the hard thing about sumo. Keiko is easy, because I'm an athlete. I can handle kakutoki.
Was you motivating when you was that young wrestler? Was your biggest motivation in Japan? For example, for me, it was I want to get the phone because I want to get to Division 3 so I can call my mom anytime I want it, like other wrestlers. And what about you? Was
My motivation is my parents. That's all.
your
I didn't
parents?
want to embarrass my family. I
Did,
want to make my parents happy. That's it.
do you ever cry there when you was
Oh,
alone?
many times. I don't show my tears. My tears come with happy tears. But my family, I struggle a lot because personal, because
Hmm.
I live far. I cannot go home. You know, auntie passed away.
You never want to quit?
Niece passed away. Never.
Never. Like,
Because if I quit, my parents quit. I took everything that way. If I quit, I just my parents and my mom, my dad quit, and my parents are not like that. They're very strong people. They work hard to be people who come from different islands raised in the U.S. So there's no everything. If I do something bad, I feel like I just made my parents sad. So that's the most important to me. Even now, I live my life. The name I have that I carry is very my blood. In someone we call it the coco. Your blood is very important.
Coco.
So while I'm still living, I don't want to leave this world with bad news. I want to leave this world and say, "Oh, Konishiki did this." I wonder who his parents was. I really want to know how his parents raised him, and that's the most important thing to me.
Wow.
So
Respect. What is was for you bringing more happiness, music or the sumo wrestling?
sumo, of course,
Sumo.
sumo, 100%.
So what
Even
music?
sumo makes me happy now,
Uh huh.
but it's a lot of challenge. The things I do right now, the sumo and sushi, try to help coach sumo. I just love sumo to a point where I have to give back. Trying to find ways to educate people like sumo and sushi. That's to educate, not but at the same time, I have all my kohai like you,
Mm.
the seven other boys from Japan. I get to help you guys. I get to work with you guys. I share my knowledge. There's different generation, but I'm telling you what my generation was, and that way because different from what you guys came up with. So my goal right now is to share and try to help and try to educate you guys. Tell you guys you gotta do this. You can do it. You can do it. Show you guys confidence in everything you do. If you do it right, there's no way you can never make it. It's possible for everybody, you know, and and that's the way I live my life. I like to help my kohai tachi, and that's why I do all this hard work because like I said, I love sumo, and that's how much I love sumo, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how come I cannot do sumo half-assed. Your first, like your early question about a lot of people want to do it, but I cannot do half-assed stuff. Everything have to almost be perfect. It's never gonna be perfect, but I always work to perfection. I want to make it because I'm actually the real sumo, and I want to make sure when people see it, oh, no wonder it's a show is good because he's a actually ex-professional sumo, and that's why it's so important to me. People can walk
Mm-hmm.
up to me and say, "Oh, I do amateur. Can I do?" It's not that easy, you
I
know.
got it.
Mm.
Yes.
It's not that easy.
One more question about.
Or your last question?
No, it's not last. It's not last. But another interesting question about Princess Diana.
um,
She's not anymore in this world.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How she looks like? What do you feel when you met her, and how this was happen? They was coming and
She was
already.
actually just got married. Prince Charles, and they came to Sumo, and the Sumo Kyokai told me to go host him. So I the one that hosted him, and I spoke because I spoke
It
English.
was Basho in a
Yeah,
Basho
at the
time.
basho, but upstairs where they changed, there's a special room there where you
It was Tokyo or
Tokyo, Tokyo,
also
Tokyo,
Tokyo Basho.
Tokyo basho
May or
in
September.
May.
May.
Yeah,
Best time.
yeah. So it's funny because when I met her, when I was asked to host them, when we went to London Jingo, which they're gonna go in this month, Sumo Kyokai, they went 20 something years ago.
Yes.
So we went to London, and the hotel we were staying at in London was right next to Buckingham Buckingham Castle.
Uh huh.
Where so one day when we went to London, I was walking outside, but park Buckingham on outside, and they have an entrance place car. Lady Diana was actually driving, and she stopped and she said hi to me. I was like, wow,
Oh
how
my
you doing, Grant?
God, this is
And I remember
unbelievable.
she used to drive by herself, right? And I didn't know how come she's
Hmm.
driving by herself. But
Hmm.
if you look at all the magazines, all the pictures, she drive by herself. So,
Unbelievable.
yeah, because that's where the castle was. We stayed at the hotel nearby, and I was just walking. I was walking outside by the park.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
Lady Diana, Sumo has opened the doors for me to meet many, many people. Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson,
Janet
Michael
Jackson,
Jordan, Janet Jackson, you name it, Eric Kaplan, all
Destiny
this,
Child.
Destiny Child, and then
Oh my God.
basketball players, and
Yes, NBA players.
NBA, Major League Baseball, football players, MMA. I've been very
What?
fortunate.
Which one your favorite
I
was?
think Michael Jackson and Mike Tyson was my favorites.
Really,
Because athlete.
they are
Uh,
understand.
Not only that, I just was I made Mike Tyson when he was actually booming, and that's when I met him. Maybe it was bad luck because that's the first time he lost.
Las
He lost in
Vegas,
Tokyo.
oh, Tokyo.
No,
Oh
Tokyo, no,
yes,
Tokyo
yes,
Dome.
I remember that.
And then Michael
There
Jackson.
was party too much.
And Michael Jackson, I grew up with Michael Jackson 5, the two the Jacksons, and then Michael Jackson. So my teenage years, I was so lucky because when I met him, he kind of knew who I was, and then I have photos with him carrying him, and he was so interested to me. So yeah, that's how come when he came a couple times, I met a couple times, and it's funny because guys that I connect to, his security, I knew the top security just happened. He's someone from Hawaii. The next time I see him, his top dancers, two Samoan boys from San Francisco. So
Wow,
I was really fortunate to meet all these people through Michael. Yeah, so that's my favorite, I guess.
wow, and of course, last question.
Oh,
Yes, what are you gonna say to the God when you're gonna see Him?
thank you God for life, because I think I live a beautiful life. I'm very blessed with everything I have. And first of all, I gotta thank the Lord for giving me beautiful family, beautiful mom and dad, who took the time, who sacrificed their life to raise me the way I am. So I give grace, not only grace, but I give everything I have. I have it because of the way the Lord has answered my parents' questions, or the questions how to raise their kids. And the Lord has answered them through the success I've had through my sumo, through my life. And that it's not because of my prayers, it's the prayers of my dad and mom who worked so hard to raise their big family. So and that's what I believe. I think God's going to tell me, thank you for listening to your parents. So but I want to thank him for everything I have. Every day we bless. We could be doing something different. But look at us. We're doing something that we were actually, this was our careers. And even after our career, we're very involved in sumo. Even though we
Yes.
retired, I've been retired 28 years now. And I'm so blessed to do the things I do. I never thought it was going to happen because I was doing events, but not as focused as now. But I think my calling, I think for right now, for where I'm at right now in my life and my age and where my focus is, and now I have to give back to Japan. And the way I give back to Japan is take sumo, the culture, and teach people and let people learn and make them happy to entertain me. Teach sumo where people can learn easy, so they don't have to be kitsu. It's too hard, too easy, too. No, I try to put the show together where it's entertaining but educated at the same time. That's why I call it sumo edutainment. Education and
Yeah.
entertainment put in one word. Edutainment.
Edutainment.
Edutainment. So my goal right now is sumo has done beautiful things for not only me, for you. As you can see, even though you've been retired, you still love sumo the way, and people are coming to you
Yes.
right now. Even your YouTube. The only reason why they want because they know you're a sumo.
Yeah.
Look at us. So we actually owe a lot back to sumo. For me, that's my goal. That's one of the reasons why I work so hard to do get sumo out into the world. And there's more. It's a little more time. I have to get it out there more and stuff. So Moscow, if you have an opportunity, I would love to go because I know you speak the language, which is perfect, and people know there's not only you. There's a lot of your senpai Tachi was in your senpai guys, your senior guys are there. We all work together, you know. We all work together as sumo brothers. You know, the sumo brotherhood is so important to me. You know, no matter what generation, when you join, what nationality, it doesn't matter. Especially the professional sumo, we can work together to teach and to teach more of the people about sumo. I think that would be a good thing for us who know actually what sumo is all about, and be teachers, be senseis about the
Yes.
sumo.
And this is the my goal, and I will I will carry with me this as flag for rest of my life,
Yeah,
much as I can.
you got
Like
to.
my coach said, do te shiko matawari,
Yeah,
and you're gonna make to the 100 years
yeah.
old. Thank you so much today.
Thank
Arigatou
you.
gozaimashita. Arigatou
You all have a
gozaimashita.
good one.
Hai.
One stop sumo shop, sumo and sushi.
Sumo and sushi. All right, a little bit of Japan, guys, and today we are shopping with the Ozeki Konishiki, and I will give you like a little bit backstory. He was in sumo wrestling for like a while, but today I want to show you how he's shopping and what he doing and what kind of stores he likes, because from my experience for last 7 days I was with him, we went to the couple different places, his favorite places. I show him something myself, but it was interesting, to taste wherever he liked to taste, to go to the places where he liked to go. But a lot of places we going, they are Japanese. He have a Japanese taste. He really loves sumo, and he don't care about money at all. So couple things what I find out for my trip, he is this kind of person. All he loves to do is work and makes sumo very famous around the world. So today we have a pleasure to visit in Chicago. It's one of the biggest supermarkets around the area for Asians, and here we see so many things, because 20 years ago I was in Japan myself, guys, and this is the best explanation how it was my all years. This is the bento, like boxes, yaki bento. So all kind of things, reminding me Japan, and even desserts. They are, everything here look like Japan. All these peaches and beautiful desserts. So with the mochi and all kind of things. And whatever I see on the shelves in this supermarket, the deal is like this. The Konishiki-san, he was originally American, and he got introduced to new culture, which is Japanese. And I have a kind of opposite. I was, first in Japan, I know Japanese culture, and second was I start, learning the American culture, because I have to leave Japan. And on top of that, originally was from Russia. So this was very famous drink when I was in Japan. All these drinks, everything. Oh my God, I have a flashbacks. Oh my God, this Pacari water. Everything what I'm see here throwing me back to 20 years and my 18 years old. I cannot explain, you guys. This is like, to be away from your house and come to see, because half of my heart left in Japan. So I will tell you, that's all things is remind me Japan. I need to find Konishiki-san. So guys, I'm gonna do it a little bit later. More. But beautiful stuff, beautiful things. There you go, they are here.